Hi, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of the Boss Rush Network, your video game podcast. Today, we are here at PAX West. We just opened up Friday, and we have a very special guest here with us today.
Taylor.
Exactly, just
Taylor.
Just Taylor. No, everyone knows me. I am Patrick Klein, PK Power. And everyone also knows my co-host, who I know as a girl with the machine gun, otherwise known as Just Taylor. How you doing, Taylor?
I'm doing fantastic, Pat. I'm so excited to be here at PAX West. It's my first time at PAX West. I've only done East before, so I am super stoked. And I'm representing Kirby because I'm very excited for the Air Rider game.
Hell yeah! No, we're going to be checking that one out a little bit later after all this. But we also have a guest that I'm super excited for. He's probably one of my greatest heroes. He's the best looking person in this room, but I will allow him to introduce himself because he's just so good at it.
That's a lot of pressure you've placed on me. But yeah, I like to think of myself as the best looking guy in the room. No, you had one chance, Ben, to not make an idiot of yourself. I think I've back myself into kind of like conversational black holes where when think of like Call of the Void, you shouldn't say that thing. I allow all of my intrusive thoughts just to come immediately out. I think it's the symptom of being like a youngest child and just like, give me attention. I'm just going to say weird stuff in the hope that someone looks at me. So I'm not media trained, as you can tell. I'm just having a nice time.
Well, you're in good company because we are, I feel there's a little bit of imposter syndrome because we aren't we work for the Boss Rush Network, but we're a completely voluntary group. So our jobs are actually like corporate offices. I'm an accountant, she's HR. But we have a passion for video games and we love to talk about them. And we have an awesome group of people that, collaborate with us with written articles as well as podcasts. And, it's just a wonderful community that we built up. And, we appreciate you taking the time with us and to talk about yourself and to talk about video games.
Well, it was interesting, wasn't it? Like you approached me and said, do you want to talk about stuff? And I said, not now, because I find myself talking about things with people on various podcasts, but I always want to have something to say. So when I said not now, but let's talk at some point in the future, and this is the perfect time, right? The perfect confluence of us being here and having a nice time and having the opportunities to kind of like share our passion for video games. You talk about imposter syndrome. I think I have insane imposter syndrome. I shouldn't be here. The fact that you say nice things about me is a really surreal thing because I'm like you, right? Where I'm an actor who happens to like video games. The fact that those two things collide is strange to me. And an accountant who likes video games, these two things are colliding. It's exactly the same thing. I just happen to be in games, and I really can't believe that I'm continuing to do more and more of it. And when I get recognized for doing that work, I feel a bit like, oh no, I'm a piece of shit. Because love to be here because it's just I would do it for the love of it anyway, I would do it for free. Don't tell my employers that.
Yeah. Well, Ben,
Yes.
I want us to kind of get to know you just a little bit, little personal questions, but I think it would be fun to know, do you prefer coffee or tea?
Coffee. I am a UT people.
No, Taylor is coffee.
Well, I love both. I'm
Okay.
a bougie person when it comes to coffee, very picky, but I also love matcha. I heard you don't like matcha.
Where have I said this before?
Well, it's on that Take Your Shot interview. You looked at the green thing. Why is it green?
That thing I did with Neil Nibon. That was a way. I'm pretty controlled about the things that I put in my body, not in like a health way. I'm a really picky kid. So when we had to do that interview, I was just putting mystery stuff in my mouth. It was not a fun experience. You probably want to know this. Coffee, espresso. That's it. I'm really boring. I don't, but I think there is fun to be had. This is what you expect when you have me on. Let me go in depth about the things that I like about coffee. I found out I was lactose intolerant maybe when I was about 10 years ago. But before then, I'd really only started having espresso because I was poor. It was the cheapest coffee. So I didn't have any money. I was a student and I wanted to have coffee. I wanted to have the full effects. I didn't want to have bloated body or whatever. So I just went, I'm going to just start drinking espresso. And I've drunk espresso ever since. And it means that I'm a boring coffee guest because when I sit down with you to have a coffee, you're going to have a beautiful matcha latte or whatever. And I'm going to have a tiny coffee and I'm going to be done in like 30 seconds. And go, okay, I guess. But I love it. And also I like being able to taste the coffee, like the pure coffee, and the different styles of it. So I can, I like a dark roast. I don't like anything that has kind of like too much of a berry flavor.
Yes, yeah.
Did you think when you listen to the Boss Rush Network, you'd hear me talk about the types of coffee that I like?
This is important.
one of the great pleasures of my day is sitting down and having my first coffee of the day. And it has to be good. I really, really, really appreciate it because in my line of work, there are very few pleasures that you have. Your life is very chaotic. A lot of things are out of your control. But being able to have the first coffee of the day that kind of gives you that energy to say, I'm ready and I'm ready to attack the day. It's almost like putting on a mask, right? Where you're really tired and then you have that coffee and you go, oof, I'm ready. I've got my armor on, at least for the first couple of hours. So having a really nice espresso is like one of my favorite things.
I mean, it saves your body from sugar and random stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I used to have so much sugar in my espresso. I used to be like, I'm going to have this sugar in there. And then I realized, again, this is like 5-6 years ago, how much sugar I was having with every single espresso. And if you pile it up in a day, if I'm having 3 espressos a day, that's 3 teaspoons of sugar a day, which is not good for you.
Yeah.
So now I just have it completely plain and completely black, and I love it.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, unfortunately,
Very cool. It's not cool, but I appreciate it.
she actually really loves espressos too. So unfortunately, I'm not the biggest coffee drinker, but I do occasionally drink when Taylor's around.
Are you a tea person?
I prefer tea over coffee, but I wouldn't know exactly what I drink in tea.
What's your poison, if it were?
My poison's Diet Coke. That's what wakes me up in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it really is poison.
Do you have like gallons of it a day? Are you like, I love a DC?
I have maybe like 32 ounces in the morning.
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I'm English. I have no idea what 32 ounces is. But that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's McDonald's large.
Nice. My some of my colleagues, I do this show called Natural Six. It's D&D actual play.
Yep.
And the amount of people in Natural Six, I think Holly Bennett and Aoife love a Diet Coke. Like Holly will just have vats of Diet Coke whilst we're doing like a 5-hour session, and she'll just be drinking it. Doesn't drink coffee, always has what she calls a DC.
Awesome. No, it's strange. Like it's really the only thing that kind of keeps me up. Also, it like makes me mellow.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, like Coke has this effect. I have ADHD.
We're talking about cocaine right now.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
you know,
we're talking about the Class A drug, cocaine.
Mm-hmm. We at the Boss Rush do not condone drug use.
Me at the Ben Starr do condone Class A drug abuse. No. Please, cut that out. Don't cut it. Keep it in. I said what I said. Intrusive thoughts and all.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Do you have, I know I feel like I'm interviewing you right now with this. I think that people have their thing, right? The thing that keeps them, we're talking about masks and the things that kind of keep us together. And for me, if I haven't had my coffee, I feel like I am a massive imposter. I feel like I'm not prepared. Before today that I came to this interview, I wasn't feeling particularly great. And I was trying to figure out how much time I had before I came here. And I made time to have a coffee so I could come in and be whatever version of Ben that you would want to see. It's the thing that I feel like it completes me in that way. And I think a lot of people have that. Some people it's alcohol, some people it's sweet, some people it's chocolate or whatever. But it's that thing that kind of like keeps them together. And I'm always interested with different people what it is. You know, you say you've got to have your 32 ounces of Diet Coke because it mellows you out. It's almost like we've conditioned ourselves to have that.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or I'm just addicted to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. What has been your favorite game of 2025 so far?
That is a fantastic question. Let me run through the games that I've played.
If you want to see something, I have a list of literally every game I played. It's well over 80
so you tell me what
games.
you played, and I'll.
Well, let's see if I can pull up the list.
Yeah, let's take our time.
Honestly, though, I'm not saying it's because you're here, but my favorite game so far has been Expedition 33. The game has been absolutely phenomenal. I love the themes. I love how human the characters are.
Yeah.
The conversations between you and Minoko, the conversations with Mayel, and just her experiencing the outside world for the first time and realizing just how scary and what she got herself into.
Yeah.
And then the overarching themes, which I'm not going to fully get into because some of us have not played it yet.
It's okay, don't worry.
No,
So a
I'm
lot,
kidding.
like that's great. More people to play the game. Good. I think that's an interesting thing when people apologize because they haven't played a game yet. And people don't have to play game. I'm one of these people that there are certain games I haven't played that I'm looking forward to being able to play. There's something really satisfying about playing a game 2 years after it comes out and goes, guys, this game's actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my phone out and figure out and find out what games I played this year because I've gone completely blank. So I'm just getting my PlayStation. No, you carry on. So other than Expedition 33, you like that game?
Yeah, I loved Expedition. I think my second favorite game has been Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, love that game.
And then
This is all you played this year.
this is literally everything I played this year.
It's pretty good going.
Yeah.
I'm with Death Stranding 2. A bit like Death Stranding, I was a huge, not that it needed an apologist, I was a huge Death Stranding apologist.
I
Like when
love
it came
that
out,
game.
I platinumed the hell out of Death Stranding. I built every road, and I did that in DS2 as well. The narrative is the narrative, and it's beautifully done, beautifully performed, all of that.
Yeah.
For me, the joy of Death Stranding is entirely in the gameplay loop, and I play it almost like a Zen build.
It is. You
It's
get
so
like
zen.
a trail going on with like your deliveries. It's like, okay, I'm going to pick up here. I'm going to deliver here, grab something here, and try and like.
I'm
make
obsessed
a
with it.
route.
Like anyone, like real ones know ceramics are hard to come by, man. You got to make sure you. And that the moment where I found my first ceramic mine, I was like, well, I'm just spending like 5 hours doing this. Like I think that it's a really, really wonderful game, and I've been playing Hideo Kojima games since MGS1, and it's just cool as hell. Oh yeah, my I know exactly what my game of the year is. That isn't Expedition 33. It's Blueprints.
You told me about that, and I actually tried it too.
It's not to everyone's taste. I became so absorbed by that video game, and in 2025 we have extraordinary games that have come out, and there are even more extraordinary games to come that I'm really excited to play. But Blueprints just completely took me by surprise. And there are some games that I knew were going to be great. I knew I was going to fall in love with Death Stranding 2. I know that I'm going to love Ghost of Yotei. I know because they are sequels to games that I have that knowable relationship with. But Blueprints was just a complete discovery, and going from kind of like naught to something is an interesting thing. I think the same with Expedition 33. A lot of the joy of that game is people didn't expect it. Some people thought it was going to be a great game, but they didn't know that it was going to be as affecting as it was. And I think that's a lot of the joy. And the Sandfall have got off to a great start because they made a beautiful game that they wanted to make. And that's been the joy of it.
It's great because what the Astrobot director literally said that the game that's going to win Game of the Year this year was be developed by passionate developers who want to, have fun with the game that they made. Like, it isn't going to be something super corporate. And I think it was like a very fulfilling prophecy. I could see Expedition winning Game of the Year. Like, it's a very strong contender.
Maybe. I am an actor who has been a part of the video game industry now for just under 3 years. I've been very engaged in the community, and I'm always interested about the conversation of Game of the Year. And I don't think Expedition 33 needs to win Game of the Year at all. I think it's done its job. The expectation was to sell a good amount of copies. It's sold a huge amount of copies, but most importantly, the number of people who've played the game who have been affected by it is, I think the attach ratio is pretty high on that game. And it's one of those games that people are going to remember for the rest of their lives. Whether it wins Game of the Year or not doesn't matter. This is a game that's going to stick with people 5-6 years down the line, people are going to play it after the Game Awards are done, or whatever awards you worship or appreciate. I've been very fortunate to be the weird Balatro guy, right? And that for many people, they're still playing it. I'm still playing it on my Steam Deck. I was playing it over on the plane. Games don't last for a year; they last for a lifetime, and that's why we're here. So it doesn't matter whether it wins Game of the Year this year; it's going to be someone's Game of the Year in 3 years' time when they discover it for the first time. So that's great.
That's awesome. What are you currently playing other than Balatro?
I am currently playing nothing. I have I finished Death Stranding 2. I have 2 games that I'm super excited to jump into. 3 games I'm super excited to jump into. Chronos: The Last Dawn.
Yes.
I think it comes out. I don't know when this is going to go out.
Next week, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
But when this episode comes out, I know when it comes out. Believe me,
It is pre-downloaded.
5th of September.
Waiting for me.
I so excited about that game. I think what Bloober did with Silent Hill 2 is extraordinary, and I'm a massive Dead Space fan. So I'm also a huge 12 Monkeys fan. So I feel like the Dead Space 12 Monkeys aesthetic with a lot of the learnings that they took from Silent Hill 2. I'm just super excited to play that game. Then also a huge, I've said it before, Kojima fan. I know he's not a part of this, but I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is the best Metal Gear Solid. My favorite Metal Gear Solid. I think it's a complete story. I think it's a really wonderful expression of everything that Kojima wanted to achieve. I know he's not a part of the remake, but I'm excited to see that when maybe some of the technical things are dealt with. I hear that it doesn't run great on PlayStation. And then also Mafia: The Old Country. All 3 of those games are I believe are relatively short games, because I've played some big chunky boys, and I'm looking to play a tight narrative experience, maybe between 10 and 20 hours, that I can put down and just appreciate,
Yeah.
So those are the 3.
No, those are some good choices. I have played Mafia. I will say the story is good.
Yeah, I think the performances look great, and I'm a big Mafia the Definitive Edition fan. I think it's one of the best 8 out of 10 video games you can play, whatever that means. I just think the performances are great. I really like what that team do with that game, and it doesn't need to be open world. I'm going to go in with the expectations that I have for it, and I can't wait to see kind of what it does.
Awesome. All right. You know what? We were going to ask you.
I said this was going to go off the rails.
Yeah. No, we had like a lot of questions just prepared. So
Hit me with them.
How do you find the time to a game?
How do I find the time? I don't. I really don't. And I substituted that by getting a Steam Deck, because when I'm doing the 10-hour, 11-hour flight to this coast every other day, like I was in Summer Game Fest, and then I was doing other things, and now I'm traveling here, and then I'm going to go to New York soon, and then I'm going to go back to LA. There's a lot of traveling, and that takes time. It also means that I have a lot of jet lag, and I don't get to play my PlayStation as much as I'd want to. Like I racked up, man, I think 2023, I racked up, I don't know, a couple of thousand, 1,500 hours, I think, on my PlayStation playing games. And from then, I think it's kind of plummeted, really, because I don't have the time to get absorbed in it because I'm just working so much or traveling. And so I'm trying more to play. The way I play games has changed. I used to play one game and I used to get the platinum trophy on that game and then move on. Now I play a bit of everything, really. So there are lots of games I've got on the go that I haven't finished that I'd like to. And as you can tell, when you said, what's your favorite game of the year? I was like, oh, I don't know. I've played quite a few. So it's just trying to get through it because I want to give it a fair shake.
Do you still try to get platinum trophies even though you don't have a lot of time to game?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. I actually, here we go. PowerPix, the website.
I love that website.
It's the best because I'll Google. I'll go trophy list or on PowerPix. It'll tell you out of 10 how easy the platinum trophy is to get, how long it'll take, because you can go on how long to beat which will, a game will be like 15 hours, but the completionist trophy will be whatever. And Power Picks kind of breaks down that. And because I have a limited amount of time, I will then judge what my next game is based on how long the platinum trophy will be to get. I have a cadence, used to, not as much now, but my gaming cadence used to be big game, big 50 to 100 hour video game. Follow
Ubisoft game.
Pardon?
A good Ubisoft game.
Yeah, let's say that. Sure. A game that's going to take a huge amount of time and investment, followed by probably like 2 indie games, and I kind of see those as palate cleansers. Not that they're lesser than, but I'm allowed to enjoy them because I'm not immediately comparing them to the previous game. If I'm going from one big open world game to another, I would just get fatigue.
Yeah.
So I found some of the best gaming experiences that I've had are because they are directly related to the game that I've just played. I remember playing Uncharted 4 and then going to Rise of the Tomb Raider and thinking, I dislike Rise of the Tomb Raider because I'm directly comparing it to Uncharted 4. So I stopped playing it and I went, I'm going to come back in 2 months' time once I've played some other stuff. And I love Rise. I think it's my favorite of the modern Tomb Raider remakes. Now, because I wasn't directly comparing it to a game that I just played. And that meant that I was judging it fairly. I was judging it on its own merits, not on what I wanted it to be. And so going to an indie game, like, I don't know, shaking it up and playing Inscription or Death's Door or, something that I can, although is a pretty substantial experience, is fundamentally different. It allows me to assess the game and appreciate the game on its own merits as opposed to directly comparing it to stuff. And that's kind of how I tend to do stuff. Now, How Long to Beat is one of my best friends because I know how much time I have or don't have. So I feel like I'm slacking in many ways. I will make time for Ghost of Yotei because Tsushima is, I think, an incredible experience. I'm excited to see what that team do next. I have a podcast with Erika Ishii. Ooh, so I'm excited to see. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I have a podcast. Alana Pierce does a podcast with Mia Boo and Erica. And I'm excited to see what Erica does there. And I'm super excited. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to making time. But I'm just finding it hard at the moment,
Yeah. What would you say your favorite genres are for video games?
My favorite top 5 tier list. The games that have surprised me. This is probably not the question you asked. I love an RPG, right? RPGs are that's the obvious answer. Ben loves an RPG. Great, cool. There you go. There's literature out there. I love them. I think they're cool. My favorite games of all time are RPGs. I can't believe I get to be a part of it. That's absolutely standard. But then also, I have a massive appreciation for puzzle games. My favorite, what would be my top 5 games of all time would be The Witness. I think The Witness is a
beautiful game.
Yeah. I just think it's just a cool game, and I became obsessed with it. And am I saying it's the best game? But it's just a game that affected me at that time. I was able to hyperfixate on that video game. And anyone who's got the platinum trophy on The Witness knows that you have to hyperfixate on that video game in order to achieve it. It asks a lot of you, and it asks for your undivided attention, especially if you're going for the platinum trophy. That's a crazy old beast. But, like Manifold Garden, I think is a game that's come out recently that hasn't got enough attention, which is a really great video game, in the vein of kind of like Portal-ish. It's really, really, really fun. So, it's why Balatro isn't a puzzle game, but it's one of those games that has a real kind of like particular focus on mechanical intricacies that you can play with and design to break it. It's really, really cool. Inscription is one of my favorite games of recent memory. And then also I'm just a sucker for survival horror. So
nice.
I remember the pandemic. I think I'm a recent survival horror fan because I told myself for years that I didn't like being scared. I just kept, but you don't like being scared because I was scared. And then the pandemic happened and I had lots of time to kill. And I was teased with Resident Evil 2 remake saying, Ben, you can do this. And then Resident Evil became my thing. And I went and I played all of them. I played the remake. I played 3 I played. I'd already played 4. 4 is, but I don't really count it as survival horror. 4 is one of my favorite games, the original.
Okay.
And then 5, 6, I went and played 6. I played Revelations. I played 7. I played 8. I got the platinum on 8. I became this kind of real Resident Evil fan. And in doing so, you go, what else is there? And then there's Dead Space, and then there's Silent Hill, and then there's all of. And last year, I was a huge fan of Crow Country, which is this really fantastic indie game that has these like PS1 sensibilities. It's almost like block characters in Final Fantasy VII as through the lens of Resident Evil. I think, again, one of the great modern survival horrors is a game called Signalis, which has almost MGS-style graphics. Because I think that survival horror as we know it, as laid down by the kind of identifiable tenets of what a Resident Evil game is actually a puzzle game, really. They're puzzle games. They're Metroidvanias. They're like, you're in an area, you got to go here, get the key, do this little puzzle. They're escape rooms. They just happen to have zombies. They are. I mean, like Resident Evil games are, other than 4, like those original games where you are stuck in, Raccoon City Police Department, or you're stuck in the manor. You have to escape a place, but you had to create a threat. So it's like, okay, slow things that could eat you, right? And that's the joy of those games. And the most pleasure I get is from solving the puzzle, or getting the key, and like practically, who designed these places? It's just like I wouldn't want to work at the Raccoon City Police Department. No wonder it got trashed. So yeah, I love a puzzle game. I think they're really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like survival horror, but I scare easily. So some of them, like Resident Evil 7, was too scary for me.
Where did you get to before you went, oh, I'm done?
I didn't go very far. I didn't like being trapped in the house.
Yeah.
And stuff popping out and being worried I'm going to get murdered everywhere. I just didn't like it. It was too freaky.
What other Resident Evil games have you played?
I've played 4, 5, and 8.
So 4, 5, and 8 they start where most Resident Evil games finish, which is high camp. Like Resident Evil games start for the first 3 hours to be really intense experiences, and then they're the campest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, crazy camp. Like 4 is wild, and obviously where it goes to, because it goes to insane lengths, because they always get more and more camp. And I love kind of the beauty. Hello. So walk past. It's they can be joyful experiences, and 7 gets crazy camp. It gets silly, but those first couple of hours, I don't blame you. I tried to do it in VR once. Nope.
Oh, I could never.
Nope. I'm not doing it. I'm so excited for 7. For 9, sorry, or Requiem. I went over to there, but
he got to play.
Have you played it?
I just played it before you, and it's
jealous face.
Ben, if you get a chance to try that demo.
Why are you being like that? Why are you being like that? Don't be like that. Yeah,
You know what,
I know I want to play it.
It sucks. Don't worry
sucks.
about it. No, it's good. It's so good.
You know when people, one of the great pleasures of working in the video games industry has been getting to meet the cast of the Resident Evil games. I love the way that like Nick and Nicole, and like they're so engaged with the community, and they bring the community so much joy. And I watched them when I was making Final Fantasy XVI to see how you can engage healthily with your community in a way that is playful and exciting and allows the community to feel seen. And I think they're fantastic ambassadors for those video games. Maggie is an incredible ambassador for those video games, as is Neil. Like they all have learnt, and I think Neil took a lot of his learnings from Resident Evil and put them into Baldur's Gate, and kind of obviously led the way with the way the cast have engaged with the community in that way. They are a really, really lovely group of people who are very inspiring in caring for the community that they are ambassadors for.
Well, I mean, a lot of people could say the same about you too. Like I've seen you now in a couple different conferences, and you, like, even last at East, I ran into you at the very end of PAX East, and I could tell you were dead tired.
I was done.
Yeah, that you were at your panel. You just like, okay, I want to go home now.
Yeah. But
at the same time, you came out and greeted me for like the 3 minutes, and it was something that I super appreciated.
You're very welcome. Well, here we are now.
Yeah.
like to engage with fans in the way that I would want to be engaged with, which is quite tiring actually, and is draining on my body. But at the time, it doesn't feel draining. It's very. I like the energy that people give. Afterwards, I go home and I pass out, but I've become a lot better at maybe managing my time. I think I've become a lot better at managing my time. But yeah, I mean, PAX East, I ran myself into the ground. I shouldn't have done that much stuff.
A panel every single day, at least one panel every day.
Well, I had a day where I was hosting the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering panel, which was a huge undertaking.
That was a lot of fun, though. Like, I was right there at that panel.
Yeah.
And just, like, even all the reveals, the guest stars, you had a great energy about you. And, of course, your card revealed, the Clive card was,
which was
like,
my
fantastic. Idea. Do you still have that shirt, by
Yeah,
the way?
I do have that shirt. Yeah. It's got all my sweat still on it.
I got a good picture of you, like,
doing that. You know. I didn't know how I was going to do it either. I didn't think it through because that room got insanely hot over 3 hours or however long that panel was. And I was wearing a cardigan the whole time thinking I've got to cover up this thing. So yeah, it was that. And then I ran downstairs, did a signing for an hour, met as many people as I possibly could. And then I ran back up and I did a really stupid thing for Warframe, because I play Arthur Nightingale in Warframe. Who's a very cool Excalibur proto frame, and I went and did that, and that was all in the space of like an afternoon, and then I had to go and do a panel afterwards. So it was a lot, but I wanted to do as much stuff as possible because I'm here, right? We have 3 days, it's done and dusted, and then we're over. So I'll wear myself out because I think ultimately it's worth it, and I can rest when I'm dead.
Yeah. No, I mean you made a lot of memories that day, so like not. Yeah, it was tiring for you, but all the fans that you were able to like.
I love meeting fans. I find it weird that people want to see me and meet me. Yeah, I think it's a very strange thing that people want to actually engage with me in any meaningful capacity because I feel, as you mentioned at the beginning, like a massive imposter because I'm just doing stuff that I love. That's it,
Well, speaking about things that you loved and your extremely busy schedule, you have done a lot of things this year. Like,
yes,
you have been in so many games. Let's see. We got the Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. We have Date Everything. We have Dead Take, Hades 2. Final Fantasy Tactics coming out here. Like, what would and not only were they just different games that you did, it's also what you did in them. You did full motion video for Dead Take, so it wasn't just the voice acting. You had to do you had to have body language with your character, because what I loved about your character was he came off confident, but you could see immediately in his body language how uncomfortable the director made him.
I mean that game is about a number of things, but my contribution to it, playing the character of Vinny, was we wanted to kind of examine the cycle of abuse, essentially. Vinny's not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. He's just an ambitious guy. And he is, Succession's a good example of that. If you've seen that TV show, just the ways in which, if you are abusive to someone, they will be abusive to other people, and so on and so forth. And that was what we wanted to give, was kind of glimpses of that. And the first time you see Vinny is him being verbally abused, and then
the first time you see him. Yeah, he gets abused.
Yeah, he gets abused. Yeah. He's being verbally abused by a director, and then you see him again. There's a scene that we did, which I improvised actually, where he's doing a self-tape, and he basically attacks the person who's doing the tape with him because of the pressure that he's feeling, and he feels like it's okay because it's learned behavior. It doesn't make it okay, but it was a fun thing to examine, and it was only a few vignettes, but that vacant space in between all that stuff allows you to, infer whatever you want. And I really thank Abu for giving me the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. Well, not just that. In Clair Obscur, you actually sang in the game.
Yeah. It's a hit soundtrack too. You're welcome.
Have you ever done anything like singing before?
Yeah, I've done loads. I don't like to sing. I did musicals when I was a kid. My first ever job was I played Gavroche in the National Touring Company of Les Miserables.
Ooh.
I did musicals at university. I was a member of the Durham Improvised Musical Society, so we do that. But I wouldn't count myself as a singer. I'm not West End standard. I can hold a tune. It's not my best foot forward, and it is very much out of my comfort zone. So when Lorianne just sidled up to me, Jen and I were in Montpellier for Christmas visiting the team, and Lorianne just said, "Ben, would you like to sing on this?" As you can tell from the amount of things that I'll do at any one moment, I'll just say yes. Okay, if I can make it work. And the night before, I introduced a large portion of the Sandfall team to tequila shots. I was so pleased because I said, I'm going to do tequila shots. And a lot of them looked at me as if I said I was going to sacrifice their firstborn. Because I think it kind of baffled them. And then I said, no, we're going to do some tequila shots. So I got a round of tequila shots for everyone. And the great thing was that they then came back for more. They then bought more tequila shots. And so we had in this kind of a crazy circle, and we were all making very bad choices. And then the next day I had to go into the office and record with Lorianne, very hungover on the tequila shots that I'd instigated. There are some photos from that party of me doing awful things to a Christmas tree. Bad night for
Probably
me.
not on the internet yet.
No, I mean, because there is a lot of things on the internet. There's a thing I said recently for my D&D group that I think I'm 15% holes, and that has I think I'm 15% holes. Here. And like it's just now, that happens. I'm just a walking meme. I'll say what I think and allow the intrusive thoughts to come out and see what happens.
So, what would you say was like your hardest thing
To do
this year for all that?
That's a really good question. I don't think any of them are hard. I think it's really easy. No. What's hard, I think, is staying sane. When it comes to roles, I think they all have their individual challenges, and to compare them side by side, it's, I've been lucky enough to be doing this, being an actor for a long time. So I think I have the toolkit to be able to do stuff. The reason I got the part in these games is because I'm good enough to do them. I don't know, Hades is hard, man. People don't talk about, like, Greg's writing in Hades is incredible. It's so well thought out, and one thing that I'll get direction from. So I'll be usually directed by Darren Korb, and Greg will be on the call sometimes. And Greg gave me these very specific notes in our first recording sessions, which were ignore the punctuation, because there'll be commas and there'll be all this sort of stuff. He's like, ignore it. Don't play those punctuation. Push all the way through, because when you think about Hades, you think about the speed at which they speak, and you have to have a huge, intense muscularity to get through that and articulate Greg's words at speed while still maintaining meaning. And it's really tough. It took a lot in me. If I hadn't done this a lot and been a fan of restoration theatre, it would have been a really tough ask. And it exposed me. It exposed a lot of the weaknesses that I have as an actor, as a performer, because it's tough to be fast, be efficient, let the lines do the work. Don't add anything to it. The lines are good. The lines are there. A lot of people want to act over words as opposed to actually just saying the words and allow the words to reveal the truth of the character. And I think that's something really great about that. So yeah, I'd say Hades 2 is probably one of the most revealing work jobs that I've ever done. It exposed a lot of things that I didn't like about myself. Mm-hmm. I think I did a great job, in that I was really happy with the work, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to rock. I'd be like, oh, this is perfect, but actually, I had to be switched on. I really had to engage with it, because I wanted to be good. Because Supergiant are my heroes. I couldn't believe that I was in it. Mm-hmm. Again, alongside The Witness and Final Fantasy VIII, Hades is up there as my favorite games of all time.
One of my all-time favorite.
Have you played Hades 2 yet, or are you waiting for 1.0?
I didn't want to play the demo because I'm waiting for the whole game to come
out. Yeah.
I don't want to be spoiled, but I saw you were in it, though.
Yeah. I play a character in it.
Yes.
Well, that's it. But it's so cool. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. The music's cool. I was at GDC this year, and I was able to listen to Darren play the music of my character, the music that my character is a part of, the Olympus update. And it's very, very cool. I also got to go to Abbey Road and watch Austin Wintory perform it, get like a full orchestra and have like a full choir do it. So I got to go to Abbey Road and watch that, which was super neat.
That's so cool. Yeah.
I loved it. It's a game that I've lucked into. There's another game I did this year that I've been a part of. It's not as well documented, but there's a video game that's going to be released soon called Marathon for Bungie. And I got to do something really unconventional with them. I play a character in the game. It haven't officially revealed it, but I think some people have figured it out. There's an incredible director called Alberto Mielgo who has worked on Into the Spider-Verse and Love, Death and Robots. He's won Oscars, he's won Emmys, I think, Golden Globes. He's won lots of things. Correct me on the awards that he's won, but he's very well decorated. And they commissioned an 8-minute short by him for Marathon. It's been watched like nearly 2 million times on YouTube. And it is a stunning artistic expression of what the world of Marathon can be. And I got to voice the narrator of that. And that was just a kind of a pinch me moment, seeing what I was contributing to, working with the talent that I was working with. And that really pushed me quite a lot. Alberto came in with these incredibly specific ideas. I went, I want you to do it like this. And I think I was able to kind of like carve out a little pocket where I was able to give him what he wanted, but also kind of maybe add my own flavor to it as well. And that was super rewarding. So that was fun.
Awesome. So out of all the characters you've played, are there any that you can relate to in a personal way? And did you have any characters you had like a hard time letting go of, like when the project ended?
Do you know what? I think in video games you can never let a character go because you can perform it and then it becomes something else. So it's not like a play, whereas once you've kind of done it, it kind of that ethereal moment disappears. It's all but a memory with the people who experienced it at that one time. Video games take on a life of their own. They inspire people to do artwork, to do impressions, to do music, all of this stuff. We're seeing it with Clair Obscur Expedition 33, a game whose popularity is only increasing by the day because the community want to continually engage with it, reinvent stuff. I saw this amazing artwork today of a reinterpreted version of Verso had aspects of his life gone differently. And I just thought, wow, the fact that you've come up with that and then been able to picture that in your head and then draw it, these characters live on. And my relationship with those characters also develops with the community. Clive will always be my first. He will always be my boy. He will be the person who has, I'm here. I will always be thankful to him and I will never leave him behind. He is the rock on where I built my house, right? And I will always be thankful to him and I'll never leave him behind because he is the character who allowed people to give me a chance. I shouldn't have played this character. I had no right to play this character, but someone saw something in me and I ran with it and we've hopefully, created something that's really memorable for a lot of people. And I thank all the people that continue to play Final Fantasy XVI and who allow Clive and Clive's journey to kind of resonate with them. It's incredible. But it means that I'm able to then go off and do Prometheus or Verso or Dorian. Like Dorian happened because of Final Fantasy XVI. I play a fuckable door because I play Clive Rosfield. They're completely different characters, but that's because Ray Chase was like, I was speaking to Ray, and Ray said, "Do you want to be a part of this game? We're going to make you be a door." I was like, "Great."
Not just a door. We're going to have you be 17 doors.
17 doors, and one of them's going to be half naked.
And he's going to be the trap.
The trap.
Door.
What a thirst trap. I had no expectations for Date Everything. And that wasn't that I didn't believe in the project. I thought the writing was sensational and it was incredible to be a part of that. I just didn't expect the feral, beautiful community that is a game that brings me so much joy because lots of people have played it. I think they announced the 500,000 copies, which for an indie game and for a visual novel is insane. But go on TikTok and you will see people who live these characters, who see themselves in these characters, who are inspired to dress up as these characters and feel completely empowered. And it can be a candelabra, or it can be a hamper, or it can be, some trash. But it makes people feel good and it brings joy. And that is the power of why we're like all here. Is a game that makes people feel seen, and you go, I see myself in this light switch. I'm going to dress up as them, and they're going to walk around PAX and they're going to feel like $1 million. And I'm like, yes, you fucking are. Yes, you fucking are. And that's why I love seeing cosplay. I love seeing kind of crazy different versions of cosplays. I love seeing women dressing up as Clive. I love seeing like whatever height, whatever shape or size or age or whatever you are, allow that character or your interpretation of that character to be an expression that makes you happy and makes you feel powerful. So yeah, I love it. And Day Everything is I fucking love Day Everything fans. They're the coolest. They're so cool. I think I like in my career, I'm always just going to meet a little Day Everything. Dorian will never leave me.
Well, maybe we'll get a Date Everything too, and we'll get more versions of Dorian.
I think there is so much material for a Date Everything too. Yeah, and maybe Dorian will make there's loads of different versions of him. Everyone needs a door in their life.
Speaking of different versions in cosplay, this is a picture that some of my friends took, and I thought you would really appreciate it. Yeah.
Firstly, to your friends, they look great. This makes me super happy because this is not the official Expedition 33 cosplay at all, right? It's not the official. It's not what the expedition is did, but it's become the official Expedition 33 cosplay. Yeah, it is the most identifiable look of the game, and it's become part of the iconography of it. And also, it's really fucking cheap. It's a cheap cosplay.
And you know what, my friends, like, they say they love it because it like invokes chaos, in that
it's
regard.
silly, it's subversive, and everyone looks incredible. Everyone looks so incredible, and you walk around, you know exactly what it is. And that's why we all dressed up when we did IGN Live in the summer.
That was awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I said let's dress up in the baguette cosplay. Let's engage with the chaos and let's have a good time. So it was really, really cool, and I love it.
Awesome. Let's talk about your D&D here quick, because it has recently like exploded big time.
Yeah.
I feel like you have merchandise literally sell out within minutes of it being dropped.
I think 10 minutes was the last time we
did it was like super incredible. My friends who are huge Natural Six fans and introduced me, and I got my first Natural Six experience at PAX East, and I thought it was just fun. And I've started doing the podcast a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, what is the future hold for this show? Like, do you plan on seeing yourselves becoming like the British Critical Role?
No.
And no,
we don't. All we want to do is service the community that we have. We have this amazing dedicated audience who are so engaged. We want to grow our fan base, but we have no intentions of taking over the world. We do it because we love it.
Yeah.
And we've built this thing and this story that you get to experience. And we get to experience. It's not just like doing a show. Every single time we perform it, we're discovering something new about the world. This is an entirely homebrewed world by Harry. Some revelations came out recently when we were recording, which are just mind-blowing. And I'm sitting there as a player, but also a fan of this world and getting to play. I don't get to play. My entire life has been me kind of waiting for opportunities to have fun. This is one where I didn't wait. We just created it. It's entirely created by us. It's me and my friends sitting around a table and playing and exploring. And Holly calls it millennial therapy. It's we're all self-inserts of our characters in some way. And there's so much more of this story to go. We're like about 38 episodes in. It's cool.
And like each episode is several hours long. So it's
2.5 and 4.5 hours usually.
So it's incredible that the campaign has just been going on for this long.
And we have a really kind of a consistent fan base, and they're really, really wonderful. And we're hoping to, like you say, people who love it, they're invested, and they will come back every single week. And I thank every single person who's kind of stuck with it and will continue to stick with it. We don't want to be Critical Role. We wanted to be our own thing, and I think we had discovered that, and we want to do interesting things that make us individual, and that's why we have a stupid show. Whenever we go to a convention, we have 2 shows. We do a live show, and then we do a show which is called Smash or Pass Without Trace, which is incredibly unhealthy and dangerous, where we go through the monster manual, roll a big D20, and we go through the monster manual, and then we ask the audience, or we decide whether or not we would be in a consensual relationship with that monster, and whether you smash or pass without trace.
And I loved like all the arguments that come about, like, well, what about this? And well, technically, it's all hands, so how bad could it be bad?
It comes down to teeth. It comes down to holes. It comes down to demeanor. There was one that came up, which was on a nat 1. Is it, would you smash or pass without trace commoners? So it's like, would you?
And the person was like, no.
No, yeah. Like, it's like he's like, I'd absolutely fuck a mind flare, but the paw, no. But ultimately, we know what it is, which is absolutely a bit of fun. It's always 18 rated, but as with all things, we're looking to find common ground, and it's a fun and playful way of all us engaging around a central idea of what, why. Let's argue, let's have fun, let's like debate, and it's just debating and being fun for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm. No, it definitely is fun. I love just seeing, like, obviously it's like impromptu, and you guys probably make Harry like just, okay, I got to go with this now.
Yeah. I mean, the cast is kind of crazy. Like, Harry is a phenomenal stage actor, but also, some people know him from The Last Kingdom. Some people know him from Xenoblade 3.
Or Noah and
Xenoblade 3. Yeah. That's an amazing, amazing performer, and has built this world from the ground up and plays all the characters other than us. He's super, super gifted. And then, we've got Doug Cockle, who's Geralt of Rivia. We've got me. We've got Alex Jordan, who, if you haven't played The Altars, go and play The Altars. It's an amazing video game that came out this year. I think he plays 11 different versions of the same character. We actually did a one-shot for The Altars in which we play different versions of Jan. Alex is an amazing, amazing actor. Then we've got Holly and Aoife. And like, Aoife now works for Larian, previously Eurogamer. Holly works for Final Fantasy XIV, previously PlayStation Access. And everyone brings their own experiences, and we just have fun. And we're not the same person. We're all very different people. And those different textures of personality really kind of gel together to create our own little brand of chaos. And it's super, super fun.
Yeah, very fun. What's going to go on for your future here? Like,
let me smash 1,000 NDAs for you.
Please do.
Preview here. What's my future? I genuinely don't know. You know what, Artie? I'm doing some more stuff with Balatro, which is fun.
Okay, that's awesome.
I love PlayStack. They've been very good to me. I've got some other collaborations coming out soon that will surprise people. I want to surprise people.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people approach me and say, Ben, would you like to do this? And 90% of the time it will be a no. Not because I don't want to do it, just because I don't have time.
Yeah.
So the stuff that I do want to do is always going to be, is it weird? Is it different? Is it unexpected? The moment that someone can predict that you're going to do something, it kind of becomes boring. And that's not to say that I won't do similar things. Hey, I've come back for Final Fantasy Tactics, right?
Yep.
But again, I haven't come back as a hero. I've come back as Dice Dog, and anyone who's played Final Fantasy Tactics knows that guy's a prick.
Yes, he is.
So I want to be surprising. I want people to see me go, well, of course Ben's being weird, but I'm excited to see he's being weird in this different key. And that's where Balatro is so wonderful, because it's such a subversive video game, and Local Thunk is such a subversive person, and PlayStack embrace that, and I'm excited to see what we do next, and I just want to do cool shit. I say this repeatedly: very serious actor, not a serious person.
Yeah. So
let me break your heart in a video game, and then you'll see me in real life and go, fuck, that guy's not serious. I have said this before on a podcast, but the day that I got a comment under one of my videos, which was Ben, you're ruining the character of Clive for me, is one of my favorite comments I've ever got. Just by me being a person is great. You're ruining the character of Clive. Like, fucking no, I made that character. But I like it because people want, they're very protective over their characters, and they don't want necessarily there to be an actor behind it. And I'm just going, let's engage. We can engage in both. We can be both respectful of the character, but also playful with the way that we approach it. And that's what I love. I love creating scenarios where the audience feel free to be crazy. It was so cool when I was announced as Prometheus, the amount of artwork that I saw, which was insane, of Prometheus and Clive combined, because they're both kind of like fire characters. And so people were doing that, or the amount of times I've seen Verso Balatro crossovers, or I've seen Arthur and Balatro crossovers. Me being involved in that video game is entirely down to Rebecca Ford, the creative director of Warframe, who was having a conversation with Wout, who works for PlayStack. And Wout just said, do you think Ben Starr would be interested in being the live action version of Jimbo from Balatro? And Reb messaged me going, do you want to do it? And I said, yeah. And that's how it came about. So it's Rebecca Ford, who I think is one of the great creative forces in this industry. If you haven't worked with her or met her, she's the best. She's so wonderful to her employees, to her cast, to her video game. And I think she's a testament to like hard work and quality and just being good at what you do and nice. And Rebecca also Rebecca allows intrusive thoughts to just be said out loud. And her and I together are a chaotic combination of, should we do this? Yes.
Does it sound like a bad idea? Yes. Then let's do it.
Let's do it. Because what's the worst that could happen? Quite a lot of things are bad, but we egg each other on to do stuff, and it's always yielded fun and interesting results. Even if it's bad, at least it'll be interesting. I wasn't able to go to TennoCon this year, which is the convention that they have dedicated to Warframe, and they said, well, we'd love to have you anyway. What can we do? And they suggested that I stream in live, but they had a Samsung smart fridge. So I called in live from the Samsung smart fridge. So there was a whole joke that I was an AI trapped inside of a fridge. So there is footage from TennoCon of me just like close up being like, hi, I'm stuck inside this fridge. Sorry guys, I can't be there. Because it's just so stupid. But really, really fun. And they engage in that kind of lunacy with me.
Awesome. Well, we're kind of coming up to the end here, and we are super grateful that you did take the time here to talk to us. There's so many more questions I would love to ask.
What other ones you got?
Okay, if any video game could be remade and you were casted in it, what game and character would you be?
I know an answer to that question. My official answer is always, I want to see new games.
Yep.
I want to see new games always. I want to be the person that lays the blueprint for those characters, and for that question to be asked about me. I'd love to play this character because of X, Y, and Z, because Ben's performance was really, really great. There's a reason why I want to be those characters, because like David Hayter was incredible as Snake, or Jennifer Hale was incredible as Shepard, or whatever. That's what you want. I've been very vocal about Legacy of Kain.
Good game. That needs to come back.
Yeah, it does. It needs to come back in whatever capacity it comes back. It needs to come back, whether it's a new game, whether it's an old game, where it's a revisiting of.
I could see you as Kain.
I said ages ago that I wanted to play Raziel, but a lot of people have said, actually, I think you'd be better as Kain. And to be honest, I really don't mind. I can be an entirely, I'll be Yanis Audron. I don't mind. Like, I'd love to be a part of that game, because it's full of so many interesting, complex characters. And it's a world. Nosgoth has thousands of years of history to explore in it. It doesn't just have to be what, Kain and Raziel experience. There is this rich, rich world. So I'd love to see, Crystal Dynamics or whoever has the rights to it explore that. And I've contributed a bit to there's literature out there of, I did a voiceover for a Lost in Cult kind of Kickstarter, I think, or whatever they do, backer kit to get the TTRPG up and running. They're really nice and supportive over there, but I'd love to see whatever it is they do next with that. But yeah, new games. Let's make new stuff.
Yeah.
I think 2025, we are too reliant on nostalgia to satisfy our needs. That said, I am super excited about MGS3 Delta, right? But I can say in the same breath that the hypocrisy is there. I want that nostalgia because I know it and it's comforting, but at the same time I want to be surprised. It's why you like Expedition 33, because it surprised you. It's why I like Blueprints because it surprised me. Let's take away the comfort of knowing that something's going to be good, and let's embrace the surprising chaos of whether something might be good. Like, let's find our future nostalgia, to quote Dua Lipa. Let's create future nostalgia with new cool games, and I want to contribute to new cool games.
Well, I would say one final question. Do you see yourself continuing video game voice acting, or do you see yourself branching out back into TV?
This is it. I'm done now.
You're done?
No,
You're retired?
I'm done.
You got
This is
the
it.
Clive
This is my farewell. Royalties? Do I fuck? I'm not leaving here. This is an amazing community, the video game community, to be a part of. There are so many other cool things to do here. I love it. Both, in games, outside of games, talking about games, engaging with games. It's untrod snow, and I can't wait to shove some of my footprints in it. So yeah, I'm staying here, and as long as it feels fun and creative, I don't really mind.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for staying tuned with us here with this wonderful interview with Ben Starr. Also, I want to thank Taylor. This is her last episode with me, and I'm gonna miss her. She's gonna focus on other things here, but it's.
Good final episode, though.
This is your last episode?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have. I don't know. I'm debating now.
Don't leave us, Taylor. Taylor, where are you
what?
going?
Yeah, I've tried to convince her to stay, but
You, Taylor. What the fuck?
Now I'm gonna stay. No,
What the
that's a
fuck?
guilt trip.
Well, that's fun. That's really fun. Congratulations on going on to whatever it is that you go on to.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I hope that you have a nice time
Thank you.
doing it. Yeah, and thanks for letting me be your last. It's a phrase I never thought I'd say. Is that okay?
Ben,
Can I say that?
let me tell you a story, okay? I met Taylor literally one day before I met you.
No way.
Yep. I met we communicated through Twitter,
Yeah.
but we officially met at PAX, and you know what? I actually used you to meet her because I was like, hey, there is going to be a panel. Ben Starr is going to be on it. It was your future game show. But then we realized it was a video, so
Yeah.
I never got to, bring her to you.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
Come full circle now.
look at it. That was I loved doing the future game show was fun, and then I got to do the golden joysticks that same year, which was really fun.
Yeah.
They're nice. The future team are really, really fun. I'm glad that you're welcome.
Yeah.
On behalf of me, you're welcome for being friends. But yeah, thanks for letting me complete square the circle, as it says.
Yeah.
But no, don't leave. If you leave, I'll be very sad. Taylor, you don't want to make me sad. You don't want to be sad.
Make a sad face.
Okay, we've Ben
That's
has
not really a
made
sad face. He says this is my sad face.
as Ben would say in a different game, it's not the life he wanted.
Yeah. I don't want this life. And I can't say what game that's from. But yeah.
Yeah. I would love to
I
talk
say
to
it
you.
in a video
I
game.
would love to talk to you off mic just to tell you my thoughts on that. But
Lovely.
we will do that right now. Anyways, thank you again.
Thank you.
Have yourselves a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.